going on, Scorpio? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be your what spirit is restoring in your life. Whenever you see this reading is when it's meant for you. They are timeless as always, unless otherwise specified, of course. So remember, please don't take these any of the messages personal if they happen to not be yours. That is what the private consultations are for, okay? So if you are interested in any of those, feel free to check that out in the description box. Feel free to reach out however you see fit. So we are going to get into what spirit is restoring generally and what area of life, like generally speaking, spiritually speaking, and what spirit needs from you to support this restoration process, and what spirit is restoring financially. Okay. So I am going to, before we get into your main spread, I am going to get hidden messages from the bottoms of the decks that I'm using for you guys today to get additional messages that are separate from what spirit is actually restoring. Okay. So at the bottoms of the decks that I've used, we have courage. Oh God, excuse me. I burped and it burned because I just drank some tea because I'm cycling. So I got my heating pad on. But anyway, burping up hot tea, Lord. Anyway, courage, breathe, death, rest and rejuvenation, take action, and tower. Okay, so Scorpios. Something or a few things for some of you may be falling apart right now. It may feel like life is just kind of coming down on you in a major way. It's creating major transformation. Okay, for some of you, this is something that you've kind of maybe asked for, whether you maybe subconsciously didn't realize it, but sometimes it's what spirit has to do in order to clear the way to make room for what we've asked for. Okay, it may come as a tower, but the tower typically represents anything that you have that we have, you know, been investing in or have tried to build, but it wasn't on a solid foundation. So this is inevitable. It's going to happen one way or another. We can delay it. We can try to put it off. We can band-aid it, try to patch it up, but it will eventually fall. So the sooner the better, so that way you can start rebuilding from experience, not scratch, right? So for some of you, this could definitely have to do with family. This could definitely have to do with a connection of some sort, a relationship for some of you, someone that maybe you're married to, someone that you're living with, like I said, or someone that maybe you're in a relationship with, however that, you know, however that goes. Okay, but it's like something has to come down completely so it can be rebuilt. Okay, so whether this is something just in your life personally, or this is a, you know, connection that maybe you tried to build, but maybe it just didn't get off the ground, or maybe it got started, but it's been like wobbly ever since. It's like something has to be completely shut down and restored from the, like rebuilt from the bottom up, like fresh, clean slate. Let, you know, all the baggage from the past or whatever has happened has to completely go from both parties for this to be rebuilt on a solid foundation. Okay, so for some of you, like I said, it feels like some of you are going through a major transformation right now, because we have at the bottom of this deck your card, okay, death, literally coming up. So for some of you, like I said, you may be going through a D-Knots, which is dark night of the soul. So some of you may be in this energy of kind of like releasing old versions of yourself. Okay, some of you may be integrating your shadow. I believe, you know, through my evolution and through my journey, you don't kill your shadow. Some people think that you kill it, and also learning that your shadow and your ego are two different entities as well. They're two different things within yourself. Okay, your ego is essentially created through our traumas and our wounds and our experiences to protect us, and your shadow, on the other hand, is where your gifts lie, is those parts of ourselves that we have essentially shunned or put away, or, you know, kind of like disowned, because other people made us believe that it was something bad, or just because they didn't understand it. So those are two different aspects. Okay, so what this feels like though is some of you are going through a major transformation right now. Some of you are in this kind of like shedding phase of shedding old versions of yourself at this time. Okay, and I feel like some of you are really being asked to really let yourself, give yourself that space, that grace, that patience to recover, to get back on track, to, you know, especially for those of you that have maybe been kind of like put on your ass, so to speak, suddenly, unexpectedly, maybe didn't see it coming. That's spirit's way of, maybe it's something, if you've been avoiding maybe doing that work, or some of you have been avoiding, you know, taking a break from your work or something like that, that could also be what this is about. But, you know, so it's like spirit is asking you to breathe through the process, relax, you know, let whatever feelings come up. If this for some of you is like, you know, old junk coming up, right? Old pains or experiences that are old wounds that are coming up. maybe find yourself upset about something or crying about something that happened when you were a kid. Like, this is the period where Spirit is saying, breathe through it, let it come up, let it be present. And that's the quicker we allow it, is the quicker it'll dissipate and leave, right? But it's when we try to push it back down and act like it's not there, act like it's not trying to be seen, that's where we have the problem. That's when we suppress things, and then later on it pops up in another way, through a disease, through another person, through another experience that was similar, that remind you of it, whatever it might be, okay? So there is something the Spirit is needing you to take action on, okay? It's like, so I feel like for some of you, this transformation that some of you are going through at this time, it's happening for your benefit. Even though it may not seem like that, typically it doesn't. It's happening for your benefit. For some of you, I feel like it's something that's taking place right now to rebuild your courage, to rebuild your sense of confidence, okay? To give you the confidence you need to take action on something, okay? Something that maybe you want to do, something that maybe you've been kind of like contemplating, or maybe before weren't that, you know, you wasn't as confident in yourself, whatever that is. It's like an opportunity is going to be presenting itself here, and Spirit is like working with you behind the scenes to clear out maybe the old versions of you that would have sabotaged it, okay? Or that would have declined it because you didn't believe that you're worthy of it in whatever way, by being like, oh, it's too much work, but really it's low-key a fear of not being enough. You see what I'm saying? Like, we find different ways to express a different root cause. So the root cause could underlying be like, you know, I don't feel like I'm worthy of, you know, money. So we decline working with other people because we feel like, oh, we tell them what the reason we give is very different than, I just don't feel like I'm worthy of making that kind of money. So we'll instead say, oh, it's going to take too long, or no, I don't have enough experience, or, you know, whatever the excuse might be. But really the root of that is something totally different and unrelated, or at least it seems that way. So it feels like some of you definitely have some blessings that are trying to come in, some new opportunities that are trying to present themselves, but it's going to require you to act on it. It's going to require you to say yes to whatever those things are as they present themselves. And so it feels like you guys are going through this transformation in order to restore your sense of confidence, so that way when the opportunity presents itself, you're able to believe in yourself and actually dedicate yourself to whatever that thing is, without, you know, without folding, okay? Or not feeling inferior to whatever that opportunity is. So let's get into your messages, all right? So what Spirit is restoring. So we have 47, the thinking woman, okay? The thinking woman. And then we have friendship, okay? So for some of you, this could be, this could definitely represent yourself, whether you're a man or woman, doesn't matter. But for some of you, this is, can definitely represent an aspect of yourself, okay? A part of yourself that maybe wasn't clear about something before, maybe, you know, was lacking clarity in something or about something, or just in general. So for some of you, this is, you know, what that is. For others of you, this is maybe someone, maybe a friend, someone that you've been thinking of. This person could be a woman that you've been thinking of. This could be someone that you are friends with. That connection for some of you maybe has dissipated, or maybe has kind of like been put on the back burner, put on hold in some type of way. You know, maybe some of you thought it was over, whatever that might be. Some of you, Spirit may be restoring the friendship between you and a person, okay? This, like I said, could be someone that maybe has really good ideas, or someone that gives you an idea. Or like I said, this could be someone that you have been, maybe has been heavy on your mind, so you've been really thinking a lot about lately, or whatever. Spirit could be restoring that friendship, that connection, okay? So let's see, what else? Let's clarify this energy. So the King of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So for some of you, this is you showing up in your own reading, Scorpio, okay? King of Cups here with the Seven of Wands. So for some of you, this is like standing your ground, okay? For some of you, this feels like whatever it is that you want, this is, you know, getting clear about what you want and fighting for it, standing up for that, standing 10 toes down on that, knowing that you know that this is what I need, this is what I want, this is, you know, for me or not for me, whatever that is, and being confident in that, okay? Others of you, this could definitely be in regards to boundaries, okay? For some of you, if you haven't maybe had the best of boundaries, especially when it comes to, you know, sharing your emotions with other people, maybe some of you hold back and just, you know, act like you don't have any feelings at all. But, and it's really a defense mechanism. For some of you, it's like, you know, finding a balance between just holding your feelings back and having a boundary with maybe how much you share. Okay. Some of you maybe find yourself oversharing or over giving of emotion to where it's like you completely block yourself off. Others of you, this is like, finding that balance, restoring that balance in, you know, a healthy way of expressing yourself, where you know, give some, and then, you know, you leave a little bit for mystery, leave a little bit, you know, for the imagination. Okay. Let's see. So clarifying that is the Six of Cups with the Nine of Cups. So for some of you, this has to do with someone in your past. This could definitely be a soulmate. Even if it's someone you don't know, this could be a past life connection. Okay. So, but it just, you know, feels like a nostalgic type of energy. This person could just be a familiar spirit, a familiar, someone who feels like someone you've met, even if you maybe haven't met them yet in this lifetime. Others of you, this could just be someone from your past, someone that you have history with, that you're getting something that you've been wanting. For some of you, this is like fighting for a friendship and actually getting it, actually getting what you asked for, what you requested from spirit, it actually showing up for you. So, okay. So, spiritually speaking, so we have the feminine goddess that came in sideways, okay? And union. Interesting. Hand fasting, union. So, so for some of you, this could definitely have to do with a particular woman of your in your energy, okay? Someone that maybe wanted a union with, someone maybe you had a union with, however that might, you know, resonate. Obviously it's going to be different for all of you. So what it feels like for some of you though, if you have had, for those of you that have a mother wound where you've essentially found yourself blocking maybe relationships or blocking the feminine aspect of yourself, whether you're a man or woman, doesn't matter. Some of you, it's like spirit is restoring the balance between your own feminine and masculine energy. So for some of you, yes, this could definitely be talking about an actual connection, actual relationship that, you know, maybe has been blocked or has kind of like fallen to the wayside in some type of way. But for others of you, this is maybe where, because of woundings from your parents, right, that were unhealed, this is essentially spirit restoring that balance between you and your own feminine masculine energy. Where for those of you that when we have a mother wound, a lot of people don't realize is that, well, if you have a hard time receiving compliments, if you have a hard time receiving love, receiving help, support, advice, whatever it might be, just the energy of receiving and taking in and allowing yourself to receive what people are saying, maybe without trying to match them with being able to relate, just allowing yourself to just listen, you know, whatever that might be. For some of you, that comes from a blocked feminine energy, okay, being blocked by the feminine wound. So if a lot of us come in to this lifetime with blockages from our mothers, right, especially if you're a female, or for those that are just, you know, operate more in their feminine energy, some of you may be experiencing or have experienced blockages when it comes to receiving. And that also talks about receiving money, okay, receiving recognition, accolades, rewards, promotions, whatever that is. It's a number of things. That is a feminine energy, being open and able to receive, to, you know, even if it's like, you know, constructive criticism without getting offended, whatever that might be, that's still talking about the feminine energy. So for some of you who maybe have been blocked in this way, blocked from receiving things that you've been asking for, it's like, so some of you, like I said, are restoring balance in that way, okay? And that comes with, you know, doing the shadow work, forgiving, you know, your parents, forgiving, especially for those of you who maybe didn't have the best mother figure, or your mom wasn't around at all, or just she maybe was around but just didn't, you know, give you the love that you know you should have had as a child or deserved as a child. It's learning how to, you know, release that energy and learning what it was really happened to teach you. It wasn't because you were unworthy or because she was just a total B, you know what I'm saying? Even though, don't get me wrong, some of our parents are, but, you know, that's not typically why we have those experiences. If you look at it from a more spiritual level, which is what my channel is about, helping you see things from a very higher, way higher perspective, not the egoic, okay, toxic perspective, it's to help you grow, okay? Some of you, you know, had these certain experiences because had you not had them, you would not have learned how strong you are. You wouldn't have learned certain lessons you've had to learn, or have certain experiences with other people, and how to teach and show other people how to get past things had you not had certain experiences yourself. So clarifying that energy is, we have the Star in reverse with the Eight of Wands, okay? So for some of you, this definitely has to do with a connection, okay? For some of you, this is maybe one that you have lost hope in, or something that maybe just wasn't destined to be, wasn't in alignment. And it feels like that could be changing for some of you. That's obviously not going to be for all of you, but like I said, this could definitely, if this is talking about for those of you where it does apply that this is an actual connection that you feel like has been blocked or has been kind of like, you know, put aside. You know, like I said, one that you maybe have lost hope in, or, you know, whatever, that you just maybe feel like, I thought it was destined, but maybe it wasn't. It feels like that, you know, is changing. Okay, that could be changing for some of you. Others of you, it's opening up other doors. It's opening up other doors of opportunity. It's like moving things forward, where you feel like a blockage was a bad thing, right? Where you lost hope in it, but really it was opening up for different opportunities to come towards you. So, you know, take it as it applies. So clarifying that energy, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, this is definitely, you know, something that you lost hope in, and it may have been, you know, quite painful. Okay, for some of you, it was showing you maybe the woundings or pain that you still need to heal, because anytime we see that energy reflected through another person is typically, you know, showing us something that's already within us, is why that energy was emitted to attract that person, reflected back to us. You see what I'm saying? So, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this is something that I feel like for some of you may have been a breakup. This may have been something that was, you know, feels like a loss. Okay, so for some of you, this could have been a breakup. Okay, where some of you, this person maybe blocked you, and it's because it wasn't meant to be. For some of you, this is like a breakup that some of you recently had, where you maybe tried to give it another chance, you tried to have a new start, and it just, you know, it's not meant to be. You lost hope in this, and that could be why, because there's something else that maybe is coming in that's more fitting. Okay, that's more in alignment, that's more what you need, more on your frequency. Okay, for some of you as well, this person, whoever this is that maybe has blocked you, or maybe has been blocked from you in some type of way, whether you implemented the block or they did, it doesn't matter. This could be happening, like spirit could be for some of you like a blessing in disguise. Okay, where if this other person hasn't maybe done some sort of healing, it could easily block your progression. Okay, so for some of you, it's like something didn't work because it's not a part of your destiny. Maybe this person you're not destined to be with them. There's something else, you know, for you. Okay, but you're needing to take, you know, go towards that to find out. Okay, so what spirit needs from you, we have co-create, which came in sideways. Okay, with the loyal heart. So card 40 and 35. Some of you may be 35 or 40. Those could also be life path numbers. So what spirit needs from you, I feel like, is to, you know, decide what you want. Okay, some of you may be blocking your own blessings here. So I feel like spirit is asking you to stop blocking what it is that you want. You know, and that could be, again, what this feminine sideways energy is that some of you are blocking yourself from receiving what you want. Okay, some of you may be finding yourself, whether you know it or not, some of you may be loyal to the wrong things. You may be loyal to something or someone that is really not for you, and that essentially is blocking what you've asked for. So it's like some of you are mistaking not getting something you've asked spirit for. You've mistaken it for feeling like, well, I must not deserve it, or I must not be worthy. No, that's not what spirit's saying at all. But some of you have settled for something else, and that's essentially blocking what's really trying to come in for you. It's not to say you're not worthy, but it's like if you refuse to get rid of the old couch, how do you expect to have room for a new couch? You see what I'm saying? So it's like spirit hasn't given you the money for the new couch because you still ain't got rid of the old one. You see what I mean? So anyway, so what spirit needs from you is to stop blocking your blessings. Okay, stop blocking maybe your communication to spirit. Some of you have been asking for signs, asking for, you know, different things, but it's like, you know, some of you haven't considered, how are you blocking yourself from receiving? Okay, maybe there's some, like I said, a mother wound that some of you still have yet to heal. Some of you haven't healed that. That could be exactly what this is. Okay, and there could be a union that is trying to show you that. That's trying to help you see how you're blocking your own blessings, how you're blocking yourself from receiving things that you really want because of the healing that maybe for some of you has not been done yet. And so it's like once you do this healing, that's when things take off. That's when things move quickly. That's when things essentially accelerate for you very quickly. Okay. So for some of you, like I said, this has to do with some type of breakup, some type of heartbreak, maybe some type of pain that was caused from a mother. This could also be, it doesn't have to be a mother that did this, but a feminine, some type of feminine energy that may have broke your heart at some point. Okay. That's keeping you from rebuilding, from having a new start elsewhere. Okay. So, all right. So clarifying what spirit needs from you, we have the Five of Swords. Okay. And the Princess of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. So pages represent messengers. So And it's interesting because this Princess of Pentacles is here as well in the spiritual row, but it's in reverse. And the Princess of Pentacles is here again upright. So I feel like for some of you, it's like some of you haven't learned. You haven't learned why this happened. Something that caused pain or heartbreak. It's like some of you haven't allowed yourself, when you heal, you allow yourself to learn the lesson. Some of you, that's why the healing hasn't happened, because you haven't learned what it was trying to teach you. What this pain, this heartbreak, this grief, whatever this Three of Swords represents for you, and it could be multiple things, okay? Some of you haven't learned what it was trying to teach you, and that's what's keeping you from healing and essentially unblocking yourself, okay, from receiving. So that for you is for some of you. Some of you, Spirit is needing you to maybe, you know, get out of your head. Okay, some of you, it's like your own mind is playing tricks on you, because that's what the Five of Swords represent, whether it's being manipulated through other people around you. Okay, that's manipulating you from what you're trying to, from learning the lesson. Okay, or is this your own mind making you think that, oh, I'm fine because I don't, you know, do the same thing, or because, you know, I've gotten over it because I don't cry about it, then I must have healed it. No, that's definitely not, that is not what that means. Okay, so for some of you, it's like your mind is playing tricks on you. Okay. So some of you, there's still something to learn here that you haven't learned. And that's why whatever you've been asking for is maybe being blocked from you right now. And it's not to say, again, that you don't deserve it. It's just to say that you're not ready for it yet, because there's something that hasn't been learned here. There's some healing that has not been done. Why? Because whatever that was needed to be learned about it, we haven't learned it. Whatever the message that you were maybe supposed to get out of this, from this experience, you haven't received it. Okay. And that's, again, going back to, okay, the receiving energy here. So I would suggest that if maybe say you have a hard time receiving, you know, like this reading, right? Receiving, you know, honest criticism that's not meant to hurt you ever, but meant to just be honest with you and help you on your journey. Some of you may ask yourself, well, where as a child, maybe where did I, you know, call my mom out on something and I got punished for it? You see what I'm saying? Where can you identify an experience like that where maybe, you know, you got ridiculed for being honest? And that's where that could be in itself a healing right there. That not everybody is ready to hear the truth doesn't mean that it shouldn't be presented. Doesn't mean that you don't give it. It's just a matter of how you give it, right? So for some of you, you may have taken that experience on and taken it personal. Took it on as if you did something wrong, you know. And there's always two people in this world that are honest: kids and drunk people, right? They always tell the truth. So I feel like some of you, you know, may have gotten in trouble for that before, gotten persecuted as a child for being honest, for calling people out on their shit or whatever. And then now when people do it to you, you get offended. You take it the same offense the way they took it. There's something to heal there. You see what I'm saying? So for some of you, it's like you're letting your mind play tricks on you. You're letting your mind, for some of you, make you manipulate you into maybe settling, being loyal to something that isn't for you, instead of learning what this was trying to teach you, right? Learning, like receiving the message that this was trying to give you so you can move on from it. Interesting. So we have a Hermit and the Ace of Cups. So it's the Virgo energy. Some of you may be dealing with the Virgo. Virgo may be a significance here. I don't have any other major arcanas. Oh, except for the Star, which is Aquarius energy. So either one of those signs may be of significance to you. So, but in the regards to what Spirit needs from you in this sense is, the Virgo represents going within, okay? And that's giving me kind of what this is here, this rest and rejuvenation. So this is also giving me Four of Swords energy, which is still healing, okay? Both of these cards here, do you see how they're pretty much depicting the same freaking thing? This is the angel here. You know, this is like your spirit guides are right there in the middle. It's like a big face. I know you can't really probably see it here, but there's a big face right here in the middle of her sitting there with this breathe card. And these are at the bottoms of both those decks that I use. So for some of you, this is all three of these, okay, are about going within. They are about sitting with yourself, taking time out for yourself to meditate, to go within, to find your answers within yourself, okay? Some of you haven't been wanting to do that. You have been maybe avoiding that, but look, underneath the breathe is a deep knowing. Some of you deep down know that this is exactly what you need to do, that all the answers that maybe some of you are seeking about, why am I being blocked, or why is this not happening, why? Some of you have a deep knowing that it's all within yourself. You just need to take the time to do it. And for some of you, you may feel like it's hard work with this chopped wood. You may feel like it's difficult. It's really not. It's as difficult as you decide that it is. So if you're telling yourself it's going to be hard, that it's hard, then yes, of course it is hard, okay? That's how powerful you are. So I feel like some of you, Spirit is asking you to go within. Take time to journey within, because when you do that, When you shine the light within, that's how you're able to shine it outwards and guide people on their path based on what you learned from your own journey. Okay. So for others of you, this also represents shadow work. Okay. The Hermit, when we go within, that's going within to look at what's hidden, what's keeping us stuck, what's making us feel bad, right? It's taking the time to do that and loving yourself through that whole process. This is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups in this sense about what Spirit needs you to do is love yourself. Okay, love yourself enough to let shit go, to go within and go into them shadows. Even if it's scary, even if it's dark, even if you don't know what the fuck is in there, this is trusting that process and knowing that your guides are always with you. They're always protecting you. They're always covering you. And if you're being guided to do that, if you have a deep knowing that that's really the only way out is going in, then this is letting you know you're going to be fine. Okay. It's like kind of like, you know, preparing yourself for the worst when you have to go into a dark room. Like, say you just moved into a house and there's one room in particular that you haven't opened the door to yet, just because you just have this feeling like, I don't know what's in there. It's just the fear of the unknown, right? And then you finally turn on the light and it's like whole luxurious, beautiful gold and bubbles and rainbows and unicorns and shit. And you're like, holy fuck, what was I scared of? Right? So that's where I feel like for some of you, that's exactly what this Five of Swords is representing. Again, your mind is playing tricks on you, making you think that something is worse or harder than what it really is. Okay. So if you think something's hard, I feel like deep down, you really know that it's not, but it's your own fears, your ego, right? Your ego telling you it's scary, telling you there's something to fear when there really isn't. So I feel like some of you are really being asked to love yourself enough to do it, to go, you feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay. False, you could look at false evidence is appearing real, or you can look at it as, I need to face, this is an opportunity to face everything and rise. It's all perspectives, how you choose to see it. Okay. So money, career, finances, we have 4 that came out. So the first one that came out was unrealistic. Okay. Your expectations in the future are unrealistic and need revision. Perhaps your vision is big and may require a plan and need more careful thought. You could be setting yourself up for failure if you don't set realistic financial goals. And that for some of you, it's not that necessarily, I don't feel like what you're asking for is too big, but it is when you're not open to receive it. When you're not open to receive the guidance, the help, the plan, the support, the, you know, whatever that is, yes, they are unrealistic from that space, from this place. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Some of you, it's like you're asking for things and wondering why it's not coming in, and it's just unrealistic from this place of being blocked, of not being really open to receive what it is you're asking for. Of course, yeah, from that standpoint, yes, of course it's too much. It's unrealistic, right? But I don't feel like what you're asking for is impossible, or you're not worthy of it, or it's just not possible for you. I just feel like for maybe where you are currently, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you just start swimming, right? And you just took your first dunk, you know, that first day, and you're ready to go, you know, do a whole mile lap in the ocean. It's like, no, from that goal, from just starting, right? No, that's unrealistic. You would fucking die, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's not to say that you can't get there, that you can't, you know, keep working with your trainer or whatever to work you to that point to where you have that confidence to go all the way and come back. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that's more so what I'm getting here with that. Okay. So then we have Gaia, that was in reverse. Spend time with nature to be healed, soothed, and regroup. Protecting the planet, herbalism, livestock, or working with nature could be for you. The universe is working with you. Believe in its subtle magnetism to guide you. And this was in reverse. So this is where I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, because it's in reverse and this is what Spirit is restoring, it feels like, you know, whatever you guys maybe have been feeling like the universe isn't working with you, maybe the universe forgot about you, you know, all those things. It's like, I feel like some of you have been blocking yourself. And this is where, again, Spirit is saying to unblock yourself, okay? Stop blocking your blessings. Stop blocking your ability to receive, okay? That's ultimately what we do to ourselves. But like I said, because this is in reverse, this is what Spirit is restoring. So I feel like when this is all said and done, right, as you go through this transformation and your confidence is restored, you know, that'll be upright, okay? So we have Peacemaker that also came out. I think that was the one that came out first. So you are being called to apply diplomacy and tact to a difficult situation. Consider politics, negotiations, unions, contracts, or any peacemaking careers. Approach situations with the win-win attitude when making business deals, okay? So this is, again, you know, in reverse, but because Spirit is restoring that, I feel like any type of maybe connections or maybe collaborations, For those of you that are in a relationship, whatever, that haven't been, maybe things haven't been peaceful between you and your partner, that, you know, definitely has the ability to change. Okay. Spirit is, you know, restoring that. But when we're talking about business, obviously we're talking about money, career, finances. For some of you, you could be in business with a spouse or someone. Okay. Some of you, your connection with a spouse could be affecting your finances. A lot of people think that they don't have, one has nothing to do with the other. They really do. It's all energy, and it does transfer. So just saying, if you're finding that, you know, your love life isn't on the best of tracks, and now your money is fucked up too, that could easily be affecting that. Okay. So I feel like some of you, you know, whatever hasn't been maybe peaceful in your business or in your job or whatever, it's like peace is being restored. Spirit is, you know, working that out for you. Okay. So we have explorer. Keep trying. There are no mistakes, just opportunities to learn and grow. You may be called to explore careers that match your fearlessness and curiosity. You may need to go wandering and trust the unknown. That's where the magic lies. Didn't we talk about that? Didn't I say that with the shadow? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Confirmation. Okay. Like I said, some of you are scared to do something that you haven't done before. And there's nothing to be scared of. It's just because you don't know what's on the other side of that, but not realizing on the other side of that is literally everything you probably fucking wanted. Okay. You just have to be willing to say yes. Okay. And take action and do it from a place of integrity. Okay. Authenticity. Because when you do it from that place of honesty, you don't have nothing to worry about. You have nothing that's going to come back to bite you later. Okay. So we have the Queen of Swords and the Princess of Cups. So this is, you know, getting clear about what it is that you want and being willing to be honest with yourself and others by cutting out anything that does not belong, anything that is not in alignment, any person that is not in alignment, any people that maybe doesn't believe in your dreams, like whatever it is, like those people need to go. Getting clear about what that is, who that is, and being willing and strong enough to be honest and release those connections, cut them out. Okay. Anything that may be blocking your creativity, because this Princess of Cups for some of you feels like creative, you know, projects, creative ideas. Okay. Maybe for some of you, this is about getting clear about what that is. Some of you maybe have a lot of creative ideas that you want to pursue. And some of you have maybe so many that it's making it difficult for you to, you know, figure out how to navigate them, right? You maybe have too many that's flowing in. So this is kind of like maybe narrowing it down, getting clear about, well, which ones do I need to make a priority? Which ones do I want to make my main point of focus, and focus on that and be optimistic about it. Okay. Let your childlike sense of wonder, let it flow, let it flourish. Don't take it too seriously. Okay. Let it live, have fun with it. Okay. So it feels like Spirit is restoring maybe the fun in your job, the fun in maybe how you make money and how you do business. Okay. For some of you, if you've been like, you know, maybe not that kind of optimistic about what you're doing, what you're creating, it feels like Spirit is helping you see things maybe in a different perspective. For some of you that maybe have been, you know, foggy because of this feminine blockage. Okay. You maybe haven't been able to see, you know, how things could work out for you, all the range of ways that things can actually work in your favor. It's like Spirit is clearing that up. And that's ultimately, I feel like, going to restore not only your creativity and spark maybe some new creative ideas, but it's also going to restore your sense of optimism when it comes to what you're creating. Okay. So clarifying that energy is the World with the Five of Pentacles. So the World speaks of success, but it also speaks of cycle completions. Okay. So for some of you, you've completed, I just saw 3333 on the timer. Some of you may be seeing 333, 3333. Okay. I just saw 4 3s. Some of you have completed a major cycle. Okay. So anything that you have been, especially for those of you that have been maybe struggling financially, this cycle that you're closing at this time, that I feel like is what this death is representing. Okay. This transformation that we talked about at the very beginning of the reading, I feel like that's what this cycle is. That's what that's representing for you. Okay. And I feel like some of you are closing major cycles because a lot of people don't know that Scorpios are the healers of the bloodline, meaning you guys in particular, at least part of your mission is to restore and heal your own bloodline. Okay. So for some of you, you may be healing your bloodline's finances, healing your bloodline financially. So maybe things that they didn't believe in themselves to be able to do, things maybe experiences or ideas or endeavors that maybe your family never got a chance to experience or have. It's like you're closing that cycle of that not being possible. So some of you, if you've been struggling financially or lacking in any kind of way, you've closed that cycle. Spirit is like helping you at least close that cycle of not being able to create what it is that you want, not being able to really go the distance, to where when you thought what you wanted was unrealistic, it's like you're closing that cycle of thinking that it can't happen for me because no one in my family ever did it. I'm the first to do anything. That's fine. So I feel like for those of you who maybe have been in this energy of thinking like, oh, well, because, you know, no one else has ever did it, I can't do it. Or it's going to be too hard. It's going to take too long. That's a lack mentality. Okay. So I feel like some of you, Spirit is helping you close that cycle of thinking from that space of lack. You know, that I don't have what I need. I don't have the type of support that I need, or I need this and I need that to be happy, or I need this or I need that to build a certain future. It's like some of you, you know, are expecting things to look a certain way. And then when it doesn't look that way, you then think, you know, that's how you block yourself and think, well, I must not be worthy, or this is bullshit. It must not work. That's not what that's saying at all. That for some of you is just a mentality. It's a mindset. It's how you're choosing to view a situation. So it's like I said, Spirit is helping you close that cycle. Things that some of you have been working on, things that some of you have been creating, it's like that's about to maybe blow up into a big success that you guys weren't expecting. But again, it's like you have to be open, okay, to receive. You can't ask for some, you know, for a raise or a promotion, but then not, you know, or ask for a new job and then not go to the interview when you're called. You see what I'm saying? You can't ask for, you know, to get a bunch of views or, you know, on something, but you never put out the product. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, identify where you may be blocking yourself from receiving and then work on that. Okay. Spirit is telling you, you know, that it's not that you're not worthy. It's just, you're blocking your own progress. You're blocking Spirit from helping you. For some of you, it's like Spirit is trying to give you ideas or trying to tell you, give you the next step, the next path. But some of you haven't taken the time to even, you know, go within to get to receive the message. Some of you are looking for the message in other places outside of yourself, not realizing that you're only going to find that when you go in. The only way out is in. The only way to get through is going within first. Okay? So I think you guys know what to do. It's just a matter of, you know, choosing it. How bad do you want it, you know? So, whew, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. And you're showing up here as well in your own energy with the World card, okay? And this is also your energy, the Tower. So heavy on your energy, Scorpio. And again here with the Death, okay? So heavy Scorpio energy, Virgo, Aquarius, those are all that I have released for the major arcanas. But we have swords, pentacles, wands, cups, like all the other signs are here, all the elements. So, you know, but any of the major arcana signs may be of significance to you. So take it as it applies. Otherwise, don't force it to fit. So that's what I have for you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please smash that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not. And until next time, you guys, howdy.